Walkaway spokesperson Natalie Beisner, along with SeattleRed.com creator and talk radio host Jason Rantz. Thank you both for coming on. Jason, to you first. Elon and the DOGE team on Jesse Watters talking about learn something every time Chanley comes on. Chanley Painter live for us in New York. Chanley, thank you. Let's bring in political commentator and Walkaway spokesperson Natalie Beisner, along with SeattleRed.com creator and talk radio host Jason Rantz. Thank you both for coming on. Jason, to you first. Elon and the DOGE team on Jesse Watters talking about what they really find each and every day. Watch.
The Inter-American Foundation, IAF, is one of the agencies we visited where, they get $50 million a year, congressional money, to give grants. These are things like, alpaca farming in Peru, improving
That's a real example.
Yes, that's the real description. Improving the marketability of peas in Guatemala.
Yeah, and it goes on to say they were stealing stuff. Every day we find stealing, Jason, and people are like, oh, we don't want them to uncover that stuff and knock that stuff off.
Yeah, I think the best thing any of these DOGE employees can do is constantly get in front of cameras and explain precisely what it is that they're finding. I think when they get out and explain so specifically and give those examples, I think it makes the case for most Americans that this is not only completely plausible because of the size of the bureaucracy, but it's necessary to uncover. And they are very good spokespeople for what it is they're doing. And it's the perfect way to push back against some of the left-wing nonsense claiming that they're just cutting random programs that people actually need. That's not what they're doing at all.
No, it really is not. Meantime, a WSVN reporter in Miami accusing immigration authorities in Florida, talking to Ron DeSantis, asking a question of sloppy dog in a pony show. Here's Ron DeSantis' answer.
You seem to have no sympathy for people that have been victimized by illegal aliens. There are a lot of people that have been harmed by illegal immigration. There have been people that have been harmed by Tren de Aragua gang members who should not be in this country in the first place. So let's just be clear. Who are you fighting for?
Who are they fighting for, Natalie?
I don't know. They seem to be only fighting for criminal illegal aliens and not for American citizens. I love it when DeSantis hands it to activists disguised as journalists. Where was their outrage when the Biden administration was openly violating our immigration laws?
Right.
Where was the outrage when Obama became the deporter-in-chief? Where was the outrage about due process? And, since Trump took office again, 47 Americans who were being wrongfully detained in other parts of the world have since been returned to the U.S. because of the Trump administration. Right. And was there any media talk about that or outrage, or is it only for illegal aliens? Only for illegal aliens.
Ilhan Omar, with this diplomatic back and forth, Jason Rantz?
Do you think more of your Democratic colleagues should be traveling to El Salvador to advocate on behalf of Rodrigo Garcia?
I think you should off.
I'm sorry, what, Congresswoman?
Off.
Who should?
You.
Why me?
We're not taking any questions right now, but here you go.
Yeah, thanks.
That's the answer, Jason, when you don't have an answer.
Yeah, I mean, in fairness, when you don't have an answer, I guess that could suffice. I mean, it's part of the strategy to use vulgarity. It's so edgy and it's so cool. It shows that they're really passionate, not putting up with this garbage from the right wing. It's lazy. It is rather funny. And I don't know, in fairness to her, how she can answer that without coming off as a total fool. I don't know how she can really be honest in answering that question.
And then you get back to your office and you double down because you go on X and you say the very same thing. It's unbelievable. The Biden administration allegedly kept dossiers on Americans accused of spreading disinformation. Marco Rubio explained the following.
We are going to turn over these dossiers to the individuals, and they'll decide whether they want to disclose it or not. But just think about the Department of State of the United States had set up an office to monitor the social media posts and commentary of American citizens to identify them as vectors of disinformation, when we know that the best way to combat disinformation is freedom of speech and transparency. And so that's what we're going to be in the business of doing. We're not going to have an office that does that.
I love COVID and the laptop and the list goes on, and the Biden administration saying it's Trump that's threatening democracy.
Yeah, isn't it true that everything we know to be true, that we're sure it is a lie and a conspiracy theory months or years later, is confirmed to be true? We know that Mark Zuckerberg has already confirmed that they were being pressured to censor, quote unquote, misinformation. And then they had that weird disinformation governance board that was apparently disbanded after only a few months. I have my suspicions about who it is in the Trump cabinet that had this file on them. Whoever it is, I hope that they make it public. I hope they do something, because we cannot allow this to happen again. These people have to be held accountable.
And I think they will make it public. I mean, when you see these cabinet meetings, I think they will make all this stuff public. Natalie Beisner, Jason Rance, thank you both.